has been great, and he's definitely going to be a great daddy, and he's going to be a great coach and a great support during labor and delivery.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's Tuesday, May 17th. Okay, my new camera's here. I'm still learning. I'm gonna work on the lighting. I'm gonna work on everything. I hope it all looks good. I hope it works well. Welcome. I'm trying to get everything synced up, so I hope you enjoy this new equipment as I work to improve this channel for you daily. Let me just say that my new camera is much more robust than my old camera. It has a lot more capabilities, so I'm super excited to get to know it and use it. I'm on the fly right now. All right, so let's talk today because something came up. Anna Duggar wrote a letter to the judge, and Anna got some feedback from some family members, which, by the way, was a TikTok that was made by Amy.
Anna, I love you. I have loved you since day one you've entered into our family. But let me tell you something. Have more self-respect than that. You know, Ashley Madison, hello. It breaks my heart that he did that to you. It breaks my heart that Danica Dillon might have truly happened now.
Some of you in the comments thought that Amy's delivery was necessary and you thought somebody needed to say it. Others of you in the comments felt like Amy's was misguided and she shouldn't have said something so publicly. You felt like maybe she was doing this for attention. I withhold any opinion on all of this. I did think that Amy's point was valid and that her concerns are valid, and that if someone in the family is going to say it, it's going to be Amy. So Amy's video went viral, and then at the same time, she's responding and saying that she cannot believe this is happening. Why would Anna stay with Josh? There's been a series of articles that have come out about people connected to Anna talking about her relationship with Josh. And some of her family members are apparently trying to encourage her to divorce Josh. Now, I'll tell you based on what I know, and then we can talk about what Amy says. So last week, a source told InTouch the following. So Anna doesn't consider divorce an option, a source told InTouch. They also said that some of her relatives want her to, but it goes against everything in her being. And that Anna, after clarifying that Anna has thought about a legal separation from him, she decided not to. So she's considered her options of leaving him, but has decided not to. The source went on to say, obviously no one can judge her if she did. In fact, there's been a lot of talk that she should seriously consider it. And an attorney for Josh didn't respond to comment. And this is what the insider told InTouch, that Anna has put up with a lot with Josh and that she believes in him, her faith, and redemption. She thought he would turn his life around. That's a core belief she shares with the Duggars and her religion. Ultimately, Josh failed her. He completely turned her life and their children's lives upside down, but she's not ready to walk away. Amazingly, she hasn't thrown in the towel, not yet anyway. She's not a quitter. She never wanted to give up on Josh, but she has been tested to the limit. She's not a quitter. You know, the problem is that the IBLP just doesn't tell women that they can divorce. And they encourage people to go through the rebuilding process. And even if a husband does something wrong, they tend to blame the wife for why the husband acted the way he did. So Anna might feel a level of guilt. But I can tell you, based on people I've spoken to who have knowledge of what's going on, that Anna is definitely not in a place where she's going to divorce him, that she's still believes he's innocent, which I thought was interesting. Like, she says that Josh failed her, my sources say that Anna still believes that he's innocent. And I think the letter that you see from her to the judge kind of echoes the fact that Anna believes that he's innocent. What she believes and what she's like telling people, she tells people she thinks he's innocent. Whether or not she believes that, I don't know, but I assume she does. But so he's failed her, but I don't think he's actually failed her, because I don't think Anna actually believes that he's done anything wrong. That's just my opinion. Because divorce is not an option, because the way that they're taught in the IBLP that you can't leave your husband, even if your husband does something wrong, there's always like a reason for why he's done something wrong. You walked outside of the umbrella of authority. You didn't listen to your dad. You did something against your husband. You weren't pretty enough. You ate too much food. You were nagging too much. You didn't give him enough stuff in the bedroom. You know, obviously, I've talked to several sources who've said that there are friends of Anna's and even of Jim Bob's who have been encouraging Anna that maybe she should be able to get a divorce. But the Duggars are never going to present her that option, according to people I've talked to, because they simply don't believe in divorce and they don't think that there's any reason for them to get divorced. So, and obviously they don't want a divorce to happen because they care so much about their presence and how they're viewed by people. Allegedly. So on Instagram today was posted by Amy Duggar King. So yesterday, if you remember, she has the viral video where she's telling her that her marriage, like to Anna, like, Anna, you should be more, you need to respect yourself. Anna, you deserve better. Your kids deserve better. Daddy's not safe. Okay. So this is what Amy said on Instagram. Anna, I feel for you. No woman wants to be in your shoes. You're faced with an impossible decision, and you're being surrounded by the wrong kind of support. You've been taught since you were a child that marriage is forever, and you prayed to God for him to send you a partner. You've constructed a life and a family with him. You didn't choose any of this, and your kids certainly didn't either. I'm not coming after you with some sort of tough love thing. This is what's simply on my heart, and I can't help but to express it. I cried as I read the letter that your father wrote in support of your husband this week. It's no wonder you're struggling to know what to do to protect your own kids. You've obviously never had an example there. That's awful, and I'm so sorry for that. But my mom was a fierce protector, and so am I. She showed me how to stand up and how to speak up. If no one else in your life is saying it, I need you to understand that there is no shame in divorcing Josh. Someday your kids will be old enough to understand the kind of guy their father really is. You can't protect them from the truth forever. I'm saying all of this publicly so that when they do grow up, they will also know that they had family members shouting from the tops that they were worth protecting all along. Your children look up to you so much. Please be the role model they need in life. Dylan and I are more than willing to help you. Josh has chosen how history will remember him. By staying and supporting him, you're allowing him to choose that for you too. And I know standing up to all of this seems impossible now. But as a mama, your instinct to protect your kids always has to be stronger than fear. The only people you would upset by leaving are the ones that are willing to sacrifice you and your children's safety to protect Josh and his secrets. First of all, the final sentence I think is a dig at the Duggars and those that support Josh. The Duggars have kept Josh's secrets for years, and so have his friends. Some of his friends, like David Waller, and some of his family. And, Jim Bob and Michelle have been enabling this for years. They have not wanted people to find out about it. And so, truly, if Anna were to leave, Amy says the only people she would be upsetting are those that seek to protect Josh. I do think that it's a little bit more complicated than that. I do think she has a point that she should be able to, divorce Josh. And I also think she has a point that she's getting really bad advice. And I also agree that her dad is giving a really bad example. Michael Keller wrote a letter to the judge telling him what a great father he is, what a great husband he is, what a great person he is. Michael Keller will never objectively ever admit what's happened. Instead, for Michael Keller, it'll be easier for him to ignore everything because he knows that as long as he supports Josh and the Duggars, his daughter is going to be financially secure. That's my opinion. Jim Bob and Michelle have found a lot of people that can be paid off, allegedly, and they can buy them gifts. They can do things for them to win sort of favor from them so that when the going gets tough, these same people will defend them. And they have stake in that. Michael Keller depends on Anna being cared for by Josh and the Duggars. David Waller is in the IBLP. He's a Gothard-esque. He knows that Jim Bob is influential in that group. He also relies on the Duggars for people going to the IBLP conferences. He relies on the Duggars for cars and for his he is Anna's brother-in-law. So there's going to be this level of financial intermingling. Then you have friends that have all benefited in some way, whether it's financially or through gifts by the Duggars. And you start to see a pattern here is that there's a lot of people that the Duggars pull into their lives that are willing to like put their blinders on because they're receiving gifts or money or they're like enamored with the fame. They have groupies. I mean, I've talked to tons of people that literally there are people that go to Arkansas and move there to be by them because they like are obsessed with the Duggars. If you have all these people around you that you know you can influence with your money, they come from the fundamentalist world where money is hard to come by. A lot of these people don't want to work, or if they do work, they're working on their own or they're self-employed and they have large families to take care of. And Jim Bob has no problem extending his finances to other people if it means that if I scratch your back, you scratch mine, in my opinion. So when it comes down to it, is Anna getting bad advice? Yes. Is she surrounded by people that are protecting Josh? Yes. Is Anna a victim of this culture and of Josh? Yes. If Anna wants to break the cycle, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. She's going to have to walk away from everything. She would have to do things that she'd never even considered doing. I mean, I've talked to people and Anna doesn't want to work. She wants to be a stay-at-home mom. You know, that's a choice in this day and age. It is a choice to be a stay-at-home mom. It's not a right. And when someone has the sense of entitlement that they are going to just be a stay-at-home mom and they don't want to work and their only option is bring my husband home so I don't have to go to work, that shows you the level of brainwashing. Women in 2022 have the ability to go to school, to go to college, to have a full-time career, they can own their own property, they can vote. If you grow up in a culture that strips away all of the fundamental rights of a human being, like the IBLB does to women, and reduces them to the property of their husband, and doesn't take any put value into educating a woman or training a woman for a vocation or encouraging a woman to go to college or even encouraging a level of independence and making women dependent on men, this is what you're seeing happening. Anna is so fully dependent on Josh that she doesn't know how to leave. And she's been brainwashed to believe that if she divorces him, she's going to go to hell and all of her children are going to go to hell with her. It's a lot of weight to carry, but women leave these cults every day. They leave abusers every day. And at some point, she has to make that choice. I'm glad that Amy made the statement that she's doing this publicly to sort of quash your fears, that she's doing this for attention. She clearly wants people to know that she wants the kids to know that someone in the family is fighting for them. I don't know if Anna would ever even consider Amy for help because honestly, Jim Bob does a pretty good job of telling people who's safe and who's not safe. And I would venture to gather that Deanna and Amy have been like listed as dangerous because they're worldly, because they can't be bought, because they're, you know, not within their culture. So I don't think Anna's going to reach out to Amy, but you never know. And I think it's way too much to ask for any one of his sisters to offer any sort of help to her because the sisters are victims of Josh. They shouldn't be responsible to help his wife leave him. They should be allowed to move on with their lives and not have to think about Anna. This is Anna's choice, regardless of what her brainwashing has told her. everyone has a choice in life, and Anna has a choice to make. And I'm going to be completely honest, you guys. CPS and mandated reporters don't care if you're in a cult and don't care if you're brainwashed. If you don't take care of your kids and you don't protect your kids and you fall on ignorance, that's not good enough in the eyes of the government. You have a responsibility as a parent. You have legal obligations as a parent. And it's Anna's responsibility to know that now it's her responsibility to take care of her kids. And I'm, again, going to say this. If I were CPS, I would be watching her. But that's just me. Don't call CPS. Do not report her. I would hope that there's like a very fine lens on her, because I don't think that a mother that can't protect her kids from their dad is a good fit to raise her kids. That's why she needs to leave. She does. Because I know that Anna's a good mom. Everyone I talk to says Anna's a great mom. So Anna can be a great mom without Josh. And that's just my opinion. I agree with Amy again. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.